is it just me, or is it actually getting harder to tell one smartphone from the other? I mean, take the flagship smartphone segment for instance. All the phones in this price bracket almost always have glass back bodies, are powered by either Snapdragon 855 or 855 Plus processors. They have Sony's IMX586 imaging sensor and near identical battery lives. In my opinion, the only real differentiator between one smartphone from a brand and the other is in the softwares that they use. And that's exactly what we have for you today. Hey guys, this is Prateek from Mr. Phone, and on my right hand I have the Redmi K20 Pro, which is running Xiaomi's MIUI 11, and on the left I have the OPPO Reno 10X Zoom, which is running OPPO's recently unveiled ColorOS 7. So in this video, we'll pit these two softwares against each other and see which one offers a better end user experience. Let's begin. In terms of usability, I think both Xiaomi as well as OPPO have done a phenomenal job with the respective UIs. In fact, both the custom skins draw a lot of parallels to one another, but there are some slight differences. Let's start with navigation, and here you'll get support for gestures on both the phones. That said, in my experience, the animations felt more intuitive on the Reno than they did on Xiaomi's K20 Pro, especially when I was switching between apps. Scrolling vertically through the list of apps on the K20 Pro feels like a chore, and swiping left or right to close an app feels unnatural too. The multitasking menu of ColorOS V7 feels much better, and it offers a cleaner interface as well, with big legible windows and a simple clear button at the bottom. I'd also like to point out that unlike MIUI 11, ColorOS V7 gives you insights on your system memory right from the multitasking tray, which is quite handy. Now, I don't know about you, but I hate having all my apps on the home screen. But thankfully, ColorOS V7 comes with an app drawer, which makes assorting applications much easier. Now, the Redmi K20 Pro also features an app drawer, but that's because the Redmi K series of phones come with Poco Launcher. So if you're using Redmi Note 8 Pro, you'll be out of luck. Lastly, while both skins offer screen-on gestures like a 3-finger swipe down to take a screenshot, the one on ColorOS V7 lets you crop a screenshot as you're taking it. Not to mention, only ColorOS V7 offers screen-off gestures. I can't begin to tell you how often I draw a V on my lock screen to turn on the flashlight. What's more, ColorOS also lets you swipe inwards from either of the two edges to quickly jump into the previous app, which is neat. Xiaomi's MIUI V11 does have one thing going for it, and that's the ability to bring down the notifications tray with a swipe down on the home screen. But OPPO's ColorOS V7 does one-up it once again, as not only can you swipe down to bring down the notifications tray, but you also get the option to invoke a system-wide search. I haven't really used the system-wide search all that much, but hey, the option is there if you want to use it. Now, this category is a clear win for Xiaomi and its MIUI 11. Now, I'll admit, ColorOS V7 has a lot of things going for it, and it does look cleaner, but the amount of customization options that you get with MIUI 11, it's just otherworldly. For one, you can install third-party icons on MIUI 11, which makes me very happy. Now, you can change the size and shape of icons on ColorOS, but if you want to change the overall look, then you'll have to apply a theme from the theme store. I'd like to add that both custom skins feature a wallpaper carousel feature and come with a built-in theme store, which can be used to spruce up the looks of your phone even further. And if that's not enough, both the overlays even let you play with the pop-up camera sounds, at least if you have the K20 Pro and the Reno 10X Zoom. Now, dark mode is a feature that buyers seek out the most in their smartphones, and you'll be happy to know that both the phones come with a dedicated dark mode. However, ColorOS 7 comes with support for more third-party apps which can run on its dark mode, so there's that. Now, a slight caveat is that there is a slight disparity when you enable dark mode on apps that do not support it. For instance, the browser, the default one on ColorOS, actually has a grayish tint and it's not completely dark, as it should be when you enable the dark mode. So there's that. Unlike stock Android, a custom skin adds certain features to the mix which are specific to the smartphone's vendor. With Xiaomi's MIUI V11, you'll get nifty tools like Second Space, which, as its name suggests, creates sort of a guest user account on your phone which doesn't have the data from your main account. You'll also get utilities like Mi Share, which lets you send files over to other Redmi, OPPO, Vivo or Realme phones at high speeds. OPPO's ColorOS V7 brings a similar set of features to the table too, albeit with a slightly different terminology. For instance, Game Space on the OPPO phone has been dubbed Game Turbo on Redmi K20 Pro, and broadly speaking, both the utilities work in a similar manner. Moreover, since both the custom skins are based on Android 10, you also get a host of Google-centric features with the UIs, including more granular controls on privacy and location services, along with digital well-being, which is a great way to tune away from your phone if you've been using it for a while. Both the phones also let you run 2 instances of an app at the same time too. So all said and done, both the UIs are on par with one another when it comes to features and utilities. Over the years, both Xiaomi and OPPO have mitigated the amount of bloat that you get on their respective smartphones. However, you'll still get plenty of duplicate apps and unnecessary clutter when you buy a Xiaomi or a Redmi phone. For instance, the K20 Pro ships with 2 sets of browsers, 2 sets of app stores and file managers, along with a bunch of other proprietary apps like Mi Pay and Mi Share. The grass isn't greener on the other side either, mind you, as you'll get a separate app market with OPPO skin, along with much more junk. Let me try to say all the apps in one go. Okay, ready? Let's do it. App Market, Hot Apps, Hot Games, Daily Hunt, Hello Messaging, Music Party, News Point, O Roaming, Soloop, UC Browser, and a default browser. Now that's a lot of apps, asking for a lot of permissions and using up a lot of storage. So I guess I'll choose the lesser of the two evils and crown Xiaomi's MIUI the champion in this category. Now, if you don't know what a Google security patch is, then here's a quick summary to get you up to speed. Android as an operating system is constantly evolving, and in the process, there are some vulnerabilities and some bugs that pop up from time to time. To address these, smartphone OEMs regularly send OT updates to their devices in the form of security patches. As a rule of thumb, you'll want your phone to be running the latest security patch, and in the case of our two softwares, you'll get the December patch with ColorOS 7. However, MIUI 11 is still at October's patch. Xiaomi has done a great job at bringing MIUI V11 to its massive audience. In fact, the company has pledged to bring support to budget devices like the Redmi 7A and older models like the Redmi Note 7 Pro 2. OPPO, on the other hand, is busy getting its devices and that of Realme's up and running to the latest version of ColorOS V7 too. In fact, as of making this video, there are around 40 devices from OPPO and Realme all combined which are slated to get the ColorOS V7 update very soon. Lastly, let's check out the camera UIs on both the softwares. Although OPPO has done a good job with the new camera software, I still find MIUI 11's approach better as it lets you access important modes with a simple swipe to the left or the right. But if you want to enable 48 megapixel mode on the Reno 10X, you'll have to go into this photo mode and then click the side menu right here to enable it. I know it sounds like I'm nitpicking at this point, but trust me, you use the camera app enough and it will bother you too. So guys, this concludes our in-depth software comparison between the MIUI 11 and the ColorOS V7. Personally, I feel that ColorOS V7 has come a long way, and although it does look better, I think MIUI 11 just offers a lot more flexibility when it comes to customization. So for me, MIUI 11 is the clear winner here. But do let me know if you agree with me or if you disagree with me in the comments below. Until next time, this is Prateek from Mr. Phone signing off.